Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella, and for today's video I've got an altar tour for you. So my last altar tour was, I think, about a year ago, but if you may or may not know, if you follow my Instagram, we actually moved and we just finished doing this entire altar room, and I'm just so excited to show you. So without further ado, I'll talk about more and all of the details and whatnot throughout the video. But without further ado, let's get into this altar tour video. So this is my altar tour. Now, I'm just going to give you a little overview, just so you can kind of see what we've got here. So I'll just be moving over to this side of the room to give you a look. So that is my full altar, or rather altar room, of course. And I'll go back to the door and we'll start from the beginning. So first of all, of course, witch's bells. And then over here, we just have this reflector. And then below, or behind rather, I have hidden a bin bag or trash bag, whatever. Now, let's get started. I think I'll start with the cabinet over here. So if you look at this beautiful, lovely large cabinet, on the top we have a basket, my little gathering basket. Then we have a belladonna plant, a little baby one. And then about the cabinet itself. So this cabinet was in this house originally when we bought it, and it was my mom's. And then my mom gave it to me. So it is now in my possession. And you'll find that to be a common theme in this video. So this is a really beautiful old cabinet. I don't know how old it is, I want to say, because the person who owned it, or who owned this house before us, already got this cabinet from their mother, so it might be quite old. I'll show you how it looks just around here first. So we've got my beautiful, lovely belladonna plant. Then we have just a trinket I've made back in Latvia already with a couple of bones. We have a little planchette, mostly because I didn't know where else to put this for now, so it's just hanging around here. Then we have just a few things here. This beautiful mortar and pestle my grandmother gave me. I have no idea what it even means, but it's pretty. It looks old. Yeah, so that's hanging around there. This is my vessel to make flower essences. Then we have a couple of jars and trinkets and, you know, just some things here and there. We've got some more over here, so nothing that I feel like I need to describe too much. You can see we've got a cauldron over here. This one is a, what's this, clay, like a big cauldron. Like a fireproof one. And then we just have some current working. I'm working with henbane at the moment, so that's just hanging around here for now. And then let's open the first cabinet door. Up here we have, as you can imagine, we've got essential oils and then some herbs and some tinctures, or oils rather, that are still sitting and infusing. I think I'll be quite quick with this cabinet. We've got some more ingredients, some more essential oils and some other things. We have, I'll show you this real quick because I'm quite proud of it. This is the folklore seed collection that I crafted or created. So you can pause it if you'd like to read it. I'll leave the link for this below if you also would like to grow your own plants, for example, some witchcraft-based plants. Then we come over to this cabinet. We've just got some more random stuff up here, some bottles, some products that I'm working on. We've got my own personal supply of henbane flower essence from my own plants, which also henbane is one of the seeds that are in my seed collection. So if you're interested in growing henbane, there you go. Now the first drawer is filled with different tarot decks. If you want a full tarot deck tour, let me know and I can most definitely film that for you, even though you've seen a bunch already now. So that's just where I keep some tarot decks. And then over here we have a bunch of raw ingredients. So just, you know, like a bunch of dried herbs that are honestly almost exclusively from Witch Casket, so I just keep them here. These are for spells, so I don't consume these herbs. I don't put them in tinctures or anything. I just have these for spell workings. Now we're going down to my storage. And so obviously you may have noticed this room is quite, in my opinion, massive. And so I've never had a space that is this big. So I never had a place to really store stuff in properly. So this is actually incredibly amazing to me that I have a storage room, or storage unit, I guess. Not unit, you know what I mean. So down here we just have stored a bunch of stuff. This needs to be organized, as you can tell. We've got a random collection of candles. We've got random stuff here. We've got a couple of like different bags and stuff over there, some boxes over there. That box here is Christmas decorations. So we've got a bunch of old just stuff that I, you know, didn't want to put on display. Moving on, I'll show you this next. And before you wonder, is that a poopy bag? And a trash bag underneath? Yes, so this is clearly still a mess. That is a bag full of graveyard earth, and so I still need to put that in a little jar. Then we've got some sweetgrass, some European sweetgrass that I still need to process, but this is just a little corner. At the moment, it's not really dedicated to anything. Also, all of the dust, excuse that. But yeah, I'm gonna be making this into something more dedicated with time. This painting here, my grandmother gave me. So this is one of her old paintings that she had. I have another one over here as well. So this one is the one that I actually originally really wanted. And then she gave me the other one on top of that. So that's really like lovely. And it just reminded me of like a witch's village. So I loved this painting. And then below it, we just have a couple of products that I'm not allowed to show you just yet because they're still in the working phase. This butterfly, I don't know if you follow me on TikTok, or Instagram, I think I might have shared it too. I pinned this butterfly myself. It was a butterfly I found. We tried to feed him and help him out, but it must have been like close to his death because I followed all of the Google instructions and it just unfortunately passed away. So I thought I'd pin him. So yeah, that's him there. Then we have the Wheel of the Year, the Wiccan Wheel of the Year. This is a beautiful board made by Pandora Witch Shop. So I love their stuff. I have a lot of their stuff. And I get comments about this pentagram being upside down. No, I just like to have whatever season on the top. So that is why it's not necessarily like the straight pentagram. It's just, I always switch it to the next season. So now we are in the autumn equinox season. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that cockerel. Is it? Hold on, where is he? No, I cannot find him right now. Well, you can hear him. Then moving on, we have, well, this unfortunately fell over. It's not really a candle holder, I just used it as such, but it's just hanging around. Then we've got a little wooden box. This is from a little antique shop back in Latvia. And so it's just hanging around there. And then we have the next cabinet. So this cabinet over here, I'll give you a little bit of a zoom out so you can see it in its full glory. This also was from the house originally, and my mom gave it to me. I was really excited for it. So I've created a little oddities cabinet in here. Also, it is glass. I don't know why it looks so morphed. But yeah, I'll quickly start over here. Now we have just a couple of herbs hanging here. This is just a little trinket from Bavaria, Königssee. Will it focus? There you go. But yeah, I'll also quickly start with the fox up here. So this fox also is from Latvia, from a thrift store or antique store. And now he actually stood out to me before, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted to grab him, but I couldn't, he was on my mind. He used to be a scarf. So he was from 1930. He used to be a scarf, which in my opinion, I don't know. I couldn't just leave him in that old thrift store. And I was like, you need to come home with me. You need to have a comfortable home. And so now he lives with me. And then we have the cabinet. So I'll just open it up for you real quick. We have my Ouija board. This one is also from Pandora Witch Shop, which I've mentioned earlier already. And then we just have a couple of different curiosities, I suppose. This jawbone. We've got my Latvian ribbon that I bought last midsummer. And then we have below it more trinkets, more oddities. So we just have some more bones. I've got all these tiny little bones in a jar. I've got this little bird baby. This mouse on, you know, the skeleton, of course. A couple of more little bones down here. And then right below it, we have my collection of big grimoires, or slash Book of Shadows, more likely, to be honest with you. So we've got some old ones. This one here, again, is from Pandora Witch Shop. It's beautiful. It's a binder. Did get damaged in the suitcase, but you know, what can you do? And so that's just in here. And then if you're wondering what's in that black bag, it's my planchette for my Ouija board. Because as per etiquette, you're not supposed to keep your planchette and your Ouija board together. It's just one of those superstitions. So that's in there. Now moving down in here, we have literally nothing except for just some tea light candles. So just nothing really. And then down here we have a little bit more storage. So at the moment I'm just keeping moving camera stuff in there, some more decoration that I might actually need to look through. And that's really it. And then we have over here my stang or staff. So this is just, you know, traditional witchcraft, my stang. And it is, oh god, Buche in German. What is that? I forgot what it is in English. I'll leave it on the screen for you. Then we have this thrift find. I love this thing. So this is a horseshoe candle holder. And I'm obsessed. I got that at a thrift store again in Latvia. And then, no, actually I'll continue with the wall. I got these, wait, I'll start on the top. This is my flower crown, also from Latvia. Then I have these beautiful pictures, and these are of the different seasons. So we have winter, we have autumn, we have summer, and we have spring. So I got these from Facebook Marketplace only recently, and yeah, I'm just obsessed. I love them. And then I have this big key here in the middle, in the center. So that is from the Tower of London. You'd be surprised what you can get at the Tower of London. And so this is a big sturdy, like this is a good quality key. And I have another little one as well. And so solid metal too. I was so surprised. And it was only like, gosh, I think it was like 8 pounds. It wasn't even that bad. So that's hanging here. And then moving over to this side, this skull here, I actually found, gosh, I want to say like 3 years ago, here in our local forest. And so he is part of my wall. And then we have my broom. I actually have a video of how I did this broom because I made this broom myself, and I will link that video below for you guys if you want to watch that. And then I have a smaller broom here. Also, all these hooks, like these beautiful ones, are from my grandmother. So I have a few of those hanging around. Then this is my theme. This is what I had from my Wiccan practice still. And you guys, this is from when I was 13 or 14. I just thought it would be really nice to have it hang here. And then just a tea light candle holder. And then moving on to the actual altar. Now I have a page already open my book here. I'm just gonna close that. And so I'm in the process of about to film a spell video. But yeah, that's not quite done yet. And so this is the altar. Now I really wanna keep it decluttered and have the items on here that are significant to my devotion, to the gods that I worship, and the spirits that I work with. And so yeah, I'll give you like a very quick little tour. So over here we have statue number 1 of Holle or Holda, with a couple of geese feathers and a dedicated candle. Now this candle is from Latvia and I did not carve this myself, but these are Latvian symbols. And so Latvia is a very pagan country still. And if you've watched any of my old videos, you will know I keep saying that. But yeah, I have another one of those over here. So let me move over here real quick. Now this big skull here, well, it's not that big, but you know what I mean. This one is also from a Latvian flea market. Then I have this raven feather that literally was in my path after I asked for a sign. So that is here. And then of course my statue of Wodan, which is here. And then his candle. And so his candle also is that Latvian style carved candle. And I just have them here. Then in the center we have some seasonal flowers. These I picked myself. So they are from the local forest. My henbane flower that I obviously grew myself. This gold thing I also have from my grandmother, so she gave me that. These bones I have still from New Zealand. And then I have this fox skull, which I have from a wonderful shop from Poland. And I really love them. They make really great, or they are a great source. And then I have this horseshoe. Just some, I actually need to move these out, I think, and like renew them. Just some devotional sort of beautification plants. A hagstone for protection, some henbane seeds, this wonderful huge black obsidian with the silver sheen for scrying. And then below, let's see, so we have kippakarten, kippa cards, as you would say in English. These are a German type of divination card that actually is from where I live. As a matter of fact, there's one card, I'm gonna have to see if I can find it. Or actually I won't, because I'm not gonna dox myself, but there's one card that has a location written on there that is very close to where I live. I thought that was so funny. Then we've got some tarot cards in here. This is my actual grimoire. I'm not gonna show you the content, of course, but this is my grimoire or journal. So this is where I actually write my spells and my thoughts and all that stuff in here. Then a book that I am currently just using for references. So that's just hanging around there. Then some more tarot cards. So these are my original Rider-Waite-Smith. I always mix up the name with Rider-Waite. And as a matter of fact, I'm having a brain fart moment. Which one it actually is. So they're just here. Usually I have them here in this red pouch, and then I have them in this beautiful box. And this box here, I'm just gonna this doesn't look nice. I'm one-handed, you guys, right now. This beautiful tarot box is again from Pandora Witch Shop. So I've got some runes in here, and then my tarot cards go there. And it's just this really beautiful box. And let me just fix this little... In case you're wondering why I have this tablecloth on here, it's because this altar, by the way, is from 1870. And I got that on eBay. I got that like 4 years ago, I think. And I've always been meaning to put out, because this green stuff here is not original. And as you can see, it's pretty stained. Just doesn't look that nice. So I'm kind of just hiding it a little bit with this like crochet thing. But yeah, my book, of course. By the way, so this is truly my actual grimoire. And I have this hanging around instead of one of my grimoires over there, because everything that is in there, but like all over the place, is condensed in here. So if you're wondering what my grimoire is, like my Book of Shadows, my go-to, where I look for my own spells and for my own resources and all my own correspondences, it is actually and genuinely my own book. So I've written this not just for other people, but also for myself. So it's extra special, for me at least. Now we have my bone throwing kit in here. I have a pendulum over there. I have my henbane flower essence. I have a little cauldron. This cauldron is also from an antique store, again in Latvia. My own herb bundle that I've made. This is using St. John's wort, mugwort, and wormwood. Then I have a devotional tea, which is actually, I'm not going to tell you what it consists of, but this is for the spirits, so I'm gonna still have to take that out for them. And then this chair, by the way, is from IKEA. And then what's in the cabinets? At the moment, not much. And the reason for that is because all of the other stuff is always stored everywhere else. But I do have a little bit of stuff in here. So we've just got some incense in here. So that's really it. And then there's nothing in that one. There's nothing in this one yet. I don't think there is much in here. Nope, nothing in here. And then down here I have altar cloths and head coverings. So we just have some very traditional Bavarian. So this is the flower that you will see a lot of times in Bavaria, in Austria, and Switzerland. So I have a couple of those, just some coverings, some tablecloths. And I also will quickly show you just some of the details of this old cabinet. Or I guess secretary. Now, if you're looking for something like this, by the way, eBay is great. That's where I got this one from. And I just looked up vintage, antique, and then you can look for desk, secretary, buffet, just a couple of keywords that, you know, you can use for finding something like this. And then if we move over to here, we have the first shelf. Now this is just a basic IKEA shelf. I'd love to at some point upgrade this to be a beautiful sort of antique shelf, but you know, not right now. So we've got a couple of flower crowns up here from Midsummer. We have a family photo. We have an old wand that I still have. Then we have this beautiful chalice, which my grandmother again gifted me. We have some seasonal decoration. We have my very first crystal ball that I got when I was 5 years old, 4 or 5. And I got this because I made a deal with my mother, and I've always been obsessed with witchcraft, magic, even as a little child. And the deal was, I used to, instead of having a pacifier, I used to suck my thumb. And so my mother and me made a deal that if I stopped sucking my thumb, she would gift me a crystal ball. And so I have this since I'm like 4 or 5, I think maybe 5. So that's hanging around here. I have a second one as well that I got gifted. Then I have this beautiful painting. And then I have a devotional prayer for my gods that I worship. And then we just have some books. So I'm not gonna go over all of the books. I'll just point out a couple of things. We have this shelf, or not shelf, this box over here, again from Pandora Witch Shop, with some seashells and stuff. Then we have, I'm gonna show you this because this is fun. So if you know traditional folklore, you will find this really cool too. So this is an old painting out of a book about some of the familiar spirits. So for example, Vinegar Tom right down there. So he's just hanging, or that's just hanging around there. Then I have some more, that thingy here my grandmother again gave me. I stitched this butterfly myself, and you can really see the progress of, like, I started on this wing and then this wing is much better already. So that's just hanging down there. A couple of more books, of my own books, of course. And then moving over, I have these two prints that I got off of Etsy. And then we have the next shelf. I have this old coffee mill up here that my mother gave me. I have a old woodcut that I really love in here, another flower crown, and then my books. So these are all of the translations that we have already, which, by the way, my German book is coming out on the 2nd of October. I'm so excited. So this is the German book, now of course the original English, and the Spanish. So these are all the versions that you can find my book in. And then we just have another little cauldron, again from a Latvian flea market. This was like 3 euros. The larger one that I have that is sitting over there is was 5 euros. So you can find these for super cheap. Don't let them rip you off. You can find them for quite cheap. Then we have just a little bit of personal things. And then another bit of bookshelving. So we have another painting down here, and yeah, I suppose painting, photography. Just some more books, of course. In here, I don't believe we have anything. My old, that crystal ball that I was talking about, that one there, used to be in here, so that's where it came in. So I have this box since I'm like 4 or 5. And now I just keep some extra tarot cards in here, nothing really spectacular. And then more books down here. This is all German, so all of my German books are down here and this section here. And then I have a couple of ones that are just lying around the house. Because, yeah. Then we have my fireplace. So this fireplace is an electric fireplace. And it is mostly symbolic because, of course, witch and even pagans, you know, the practice has always been centered around the hearth. And the hearth has a lot of historical significance for practitioners. And so hence I have successfully, you know, gotten my hands on a little hearth, on this hearth. My grandmother gave this to me once again. Now, just because of, you know, symbolism, I have this tiny little cauldron over here, and then just some candles down here, you know, fire and everything, because this is electric. I actually don't want to turn this on. As you can see, it's a mess, so I'm probably gonna put some candles in here. And yeah, I don't want to turn it on because, yeah, I don't know, I don't want to, like, you know, cause like problems for myself. And then I have this beautiful candlelight holder. I have 2 of those, again from a flea market in Latvia. Then I have this, again, beautiful copper cauldron. I don't remember where this is from. I feel like it was Latvia, though I could actually say maybe it was New Zealand. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Then I have this picture frame, and I still need to buy some pictures to put in here. So, you know, random. Then I have a little cross to honor my ancestors. Another key, this is the second key that I was mentioning from the Tower of London. So again, proper metal. And then we have some old vintage books / some diaries that just looked old. Some of them I literally have never even opened, and they are just because they look pretty and they were like €1 or €2 from flea markets in Latvia. So this one here, for example, and yes, German books in Latvia, due to the history that Latvia has. And then we have this one here as well. So these 2 books here, I think they were like €2 or €3 together. Then these are just some journals. This one is also a journal. And this one here, gosh, this is gorgeous. So this is again from a vintage shop in Latvia. This was more expensive though. This was €40. And I need to pull it out for you and show you. So first of all, it has gold edges. I'm gonna carry this over here real quick so you can actually see it in its full glory. This is an old medical book on natural healing. Naturheilverfahren. There we go, Naturheilverfahren. And it is just stunning. And so I'm gonna crack it open for you. So we just have some really cool stuff in here. There's some illustrations. And it is in German. And yeah, I got it again in Latvia. So yeah. That, of course, had to go onto the top of that fireplace because I thought it looked really cool. So this is my little bit of like dark academia. I can't pronounce that. Academia. Gosh. Dark academia. Academy. Gosh, I can't pronounce that. Anyway. Then we have this old little globe. Again, I think my grandmother gave that to me. So that's hanging around here. That second candle holder. And then I have this mirror and all of my picture gallery. Now, these are all family photos in the original frames. My grandmother gave these to me, as well as that mirror, which is a beautiful vintage mirror. And I feel like it fit my altar really well, so I thought it would be excellent in here. And then we have a tripod, ignore that. We're coming to a close with the last bookshelf. We have a fake plant from IKEA, this beautiful beer mug thing that I don't know the English name for. Again, thrift store from Latvia, because you know I get everything from there apparently. Some more books. These are all my Troy books, except one is obviously missing. Then another crystal ball. Now I will say, if you have a crystal ball like this or a glass ball or anything like that, make sure that it doesn't have like direct sunlight because you will cause a fire. So be sure of not having that. Just a painting that I printed, and then this super gorgeous mug that I actually was gifted by, so this is a bit of a story time. Years, like 2020, I think it was, I did on Reddit this trick or treat, no, not trick or treat. What's the Christmas version? Santa's Wichteln in German it's called. So it's basically where you don't know who is giving you a gift. I know English people also have it. I'm just forgetting the name right now. And they made you fill out like a little questionnaire of like, what are you into? What do you like? And I was like, oh, you know, I like witchcraft. And the person that I got has a pottery father. As in like the father is a professional pottery crafter, has a shop and everything. And so I was gifted this. And I was never able to say thank you because I obviously never knew like how to say thank you. So in case this person who gifted me this is watching, I want to say thank you because I love this. I adore this. So yeah. And then we just have nothing in here because I need to put decorations in here. Some more books and decorative pieces. And that is pretty much it. Now one last thing is this carpet, also from IKEA. And I'm just having a quick look around. And I'm pretty sure I covered everything. I'm pretty sure. So in case you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. But yeah. So that was already it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Now I will say I'm probably going to do an update at some point, perhaps later in the year or perhaps in the beginning of the new year, because I do think that a couple of things are still going to be changed or rearranged or just added to the space, especially some books. I feel like it looks so empty right now. But of course, all with due time. Now, in case you are curious on how I plan on protecting the space and doing, my protection routine, my blessing routine, I'm going to actually have that video come up next week. However, it already is up on my Patreon right now, so you can go head over there if you'd like to check it out early. If not, of course, if you hit the notification bell, you won't miss it for next week. But with that being said, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. May you walk with your gods. Bye!